Macca's guides.
We are on to the beginning of Sector A7. This is our first optional puzzle. This is what they look like. They'll say restricted area. They'll be in the hallway from one area to another, and they'll have a blue door. You can't bring any energy in here with you at all. Now, this one has a solution that you would find out much later on in the game. But the solution to this one is you want to suck out both balls and then do column 3, row 2, which is going to be that one. And then column 5, row 3, which is that one. And that is a solution to this door. Inside, you'll find a small gravestone. And as soon as you step near it, you will unlock your first optional puzzle achievement or trophy. And that's going to be worth 100 points. And then we can continue on with the actual puzzles in the game. We are now going towards Sector B16. I believe in the next hallway we do have optional puzzle number 2, which is actually pretty easy in my opinion. I'm going to climb the ladder. Essentially there is a light bridge. And if you move too fast, the light bridge disappears. So as you can see, when I'm moving really fast, it turns white and then you can fall through. So you just literally slow walk across. Do not run, do not like sprint or anything. Once you make it across, pull the light and power the door through here, interact with the computer, press a bunch of buttons, and your achievement will unlock. Here is B26 and C26. My apologies. And C26 has optional number 3. We're going to climb up the ladder. This one took me a little bit of time. The way the optional puzzles work is they introduce a game mechanic that's much further in the game, but they introduce it much earlier. Essentially, there's a camera right there. If the camera sees us, the door's closed. If the camera doesn't see us, the door's open. So we just have to stack these boxes in front of the camera so that when we're standing near that door, the camera can't see us.
So, I am creative.
Organic solutions?
Organic, in that it is developed through a biological process.
So you have to stack them kind of in the right, like properly vertically, so you can get the most height out of the stack. And then as soon as I stack this one, if it works, you'll notice that the door's open, right? So as long as the camera can't see you when you're standing in front of that door, you'll be fine. Walk through and play the console. This is one of the coolest Easter eggs in a very long time, in my opinion. This is the beginning of Numa, which was their other game. They've changed. They used to be, I think, Deco Digital, and now they're Bulkhead. They used to be at something else, too. They've had, like, 3 names, I think. This was one of their first games that I actually really enjoyed this game. My walkthrough of it has an incredible amount of views. People seem to really like that walkthrough. So, yeah. We're going to pull that, and then go through here. As we're running through, pull the light off. The gate will close. There you go, through here, and back to the computer, and we're out. That should be your achievement for optional number 3.
Ava,
in the hallway of D36, we can find optional number 4.
The hardest working
This
woman
one's
I've
not
ever
too
met.
bad in my opinion.
do you see them as the
Pull the
rebellion?
light off of there,
They didn't strike
and
me as
take this box, and what we're going to want to do is roll it down the stairs.
Must have their reasons.
And the goal is to make it land on the push pad. And while it's rolling, you want to run through this door. If it lands on the push pad, you can run through the hallway. If it doesn't land on the push pad, just cycle around and jump back down and retry it. Now, make sure you have the orb with you. Throw it in the door, and both of these doors should be open. Because it does involve a little bit of physics, yeah. You might have to do it more than once. Pick up this voice recorder in order to unlock optional number 4, which is called algorithmic
If you will
composition.
allow me, I would like to congratulate you on your...
Alright, in this next hallway we have optional puzzle number 5.
This
Restricted area
is
on
why
the
the
right
ground
hand
creep
side.
doesn't trust
Go
you,
inside. This one's a little bit
You made them
difficult,
into drones.
but if you know what you're doing,
You
it's actually
stole
not
their
that
free
bad.
will.
Alright.
Freedom
First door,
is
2 greens.
They have put their interest
Second door,
in the interest of the
a
others
green and a
of
purple.
humanity. That is why they distrust me.
And then pull the blue with you.
I will always do the right thing.
Put the blue.
You'll always do the logical thing.
So now that we're back out, the first door is going to be 2 purples instead. And then take the green, the blue. And the blue is going to be the only one that's used for the second door. And then basically, now that we have the blue, the first door is 2 purple, second door is a blue, and you take the 3 greens with you to the end. That's the solution for the right-hand side door. Now that you're in this room, you can pick up the card. This is the Chinese room. And interact with the computer. And that should be the achievement or trophy. For this door here, you have to have 2 of the same color at the top and the blue at the bottom. So actually, no, sorry. You can have alternating. I think this is the solution. It's not really that important because we only need 1 of them, so... So that's the solution for the other room. Sorry it took me so long, but essentially it's green, green, and then blue, purple, and then 2 greens in there, 2 alternating at the top, and then the blue at the bottom. To pull the blue, make sure you pull the blue out of the hole when the purple's on, and then you can go through the door with it. And that's how you get into the second room. If you wanted to, you don't need to for the achievement or trophy though. Now we'll back out and continue on. In F56 is optional puzzle
Would you
number
destroy
6,
the
the
whole
hardest,
world
longest,
for
and most
safety?
frustrating one in the game.
No,
I'm going to do my
it's
best at
not that
explaining
simple.
exactly how to do
Can't we
it. It took
just-
me 40 minutes.
Can't we just
I'm going to be able to do it
decontaminate the
in
core
like
instruments?
3 to 5 minutes, but I'm going to be explaining everything as we go so you know what you're doing.
Has developed
A
to
V
survive
is an
extreme
or.
environments.
So it could be this or this or this or this or this. Any single one of these will activate the first door. We're going to grab as many as we can. Upside down V's, or hats, are and. So it has to be this and this and this and this and so on. All of those must be on in order to activate this next door. These ones are pretty simple. You might have gotten them just through trial and error, not knowing what the hell's going on. These are logic gates, by the way, if you don't know. Now, these are grouped logic gates, so it's this and this, or this or this. So one of these will make these 4 positive, and then because there's a V in the middle, one of the 2 sides will make it positive. So just put the ball anywhere where there's a V. If you put it with the upside down, it won't work, as you can see here, but a V will work. So I like to put mine closest to the door because that's where we're going to need them for later. This one is another one of those, so if there's a V, it's this or this, and then this or this. Perfect. And we're going to need all these with us. But this means this and this, so these 2 must be on to make that half positive. And because both halves need to be positive because there's an or in the middle, we have to do this and this. All right, on to the next room. Another one, it's V and V. So this group and this group are both positive now. And both sides have to be positive because there's an and in the middle. So if you just put 1 in every slot, you'll get that next door. Hopefully you're still following. It gets even more complicated than this. This little crosshair symbol is, it's an, how would I explain this in very, very simple terms? It's this or this, but not both must be true in order for that gate to be true. So, put 4, 1 in each, and that'll open the door. Basically, as long as it's this or this, but not both. And then as a larger group, you have these 2. It has to be both of these. And then if you take it into 2 sides, it's both 2 sides. Again, If you don't understand logic gates, it's cool. I unfortunately have a degree in computer science and stuff like that, so my apologies for the Harambe sound. Twitch alerts are still on. If there's a flag, that means that the opposite is true for its default value. So only put balls in where there is no flag. And that'll open the last door, which brings us to 4 greens and 4 purples. And a door that we cannot pass. Actually, we can pass it. Perfect. We just continue through the door. And we're going to pull 4 reds. 4 blues, sorry. And then go to the very back. And solve the last logic gate. It's actually further back than this even. So this or this. This or this and this side. And then this or this and that side and both sides. So we're just going to pull this one. Just have one in each pair. That'll open the door down there. And bam, that's it. I actually, when I first did it, I did it in a way, way, way harder way than I did it, but that's fine. What I actually did was I pulled all of these blues to that last room where the alternating was to open that door, because I thought we needed them, but we don't. So as long as you have those 4 alternating at the end, you can just walk through the door, apparently. Okay, cool. In Sector G66 is where we can find optional puzzle number 7. This is the last optional puzzle of the game, and it's actually quite easy in my opinion. It's going to be to your right-hand side and up the ladder. It can be done in less than 15 seconds. All we're going to need to do is leave the power inside of this door and go down to grab the box.
Do you understand?
This is something we haven't done before, but use the box to leave the door open and then unpower the door and then get an angle to power the orb inside, opening the other door, and once you're in here, your next achievement or trophy should unlock. And if you open it up, just to follow along with me here, you should only have 2 achievements or trophies left, and they should be for completing Chapter 7 and then for completing the game, which is for also including the epilogue.